What is going on, fam? Kee Kee Soto here, Urban Girl Gardening, and we're just gonna hop right into the video because we have a lot to do. This is my Comfrey tea. You guys saw me chop down my beautiful Comfrey and make it about 3 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks ago. But what I'm doing now is, I don't know if you guys can see that on the side, that little buildup. I'm just scraping that and mixing that back in a little bit. But okay, I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I do. So I take a quart-sized mason jar, and this is the same thing that I do for my weed tea. You see here I have my watering can. So it takes about 3. You see all that? I'm going to take about 3 full jars of this because I want a quarter of this to be the Comfrey tea. Okay, and then I'm going to fill the rest up with water. I want to dilute this because this is strong. This is strong. So I'm going to fill the rest of this up with water and we'll get to fertilizing. Alright, we are full and funky and ready to go. So let's go over here to this pepper bed. Now, y'all saw me harvest peppers over here the last few weeks. And I don't know who said peppers don't like cool weather, because baby, all these new buds and flowers and stuff on here, little new peppers here. We're gonna give this some nutrients. Let me show you guys. I'm just gonna right around the base of the plants. And it's not gonna hurt the leaves either. So you wanna make sure that this gets right into the soil. Benefits of Comfrey tea. They have all your major nutrients, your macronutrients, your potassium, your nitrogen, your phosphorus. Also heavy in calcium. Calcium helps keep the structure of your cell walls of your plants strong, and that helps them with water intake. Some of you, or many of you, may be familiar with blossom end rot. Regular calcium intake and a strong cell wall structure will help prevent that. Some of you may remember when I added molasses to my fertilizer and how it's said to have an impact on pests prevention as well. Allegedly, Comfrey tea does also. So we're going to see about that because Lord knows, and y'all know, I could definitely use it. So I'm going to continue this and then we're going to move on because we got a lot to cover in this video. So I used up almost the entire bucket for the back garden. I'm going to take the other bucket up and fertilize a few things up front in the front garden. Most of that stuff is getting ready to come out anyway. But I'm also going to refill this and I'm going to put it over by the that sweet potato soil bed, and I'll get to that in a little bit, but you'll see. Hey fam, Jeremy and I are out here by the compost bin. You can see we got all these wild tomato plants and there's a bunch of other stuff in there too. We are going to clean this out and get our soil, put it up in the wheelbarrow. I don't know why I say it like that. Take it over to the garden, and we got some stuff to do in that sweet potato bed. Y'all gonna see, we're gonna fix that bed up real quick. But first, we're gonna get up in here in this compost. There is a lot going on in here. Tomato plant. Woo! Look at this.
This is ready to work.
Now I do have seeds for these. I'll try to grow them next year. Alright, let's see what we got in here besides all this daggone bindweed taking over. Oh, this is all dirt.
Look at that.
Oh, this broke down beautifully. Let's see if I can play with this lighting. Look at that, y'all. Oh, you can see, look at these beautiful worm castings.
That is awesome.
That is beautiful. Alright, let's get some of our soil up in here. Yeah, we could, like, but stuff like this we don't want. And pine cones too. I want to bring you guys in so you can see the beauty of compost here. Look at this, guys. Tell me that's not beautiful. This is all the soil that we created from our kitchen scraps, from throwing scraps from the garden in here, leaves. What else did we use in here? We used mostly leaves, right?
Mostly leaves from last year.
Leaves and food scrap. Oh, the cardboard. Broke down beautifully. Beautifully. Look at that. Worm castings. This is. Oh my God! And it smells so good.
No, but like you're saying, this is really impressive. Just where it started last year, the one as just an idea, right? That we made came to reality and started with leaves, getting all the leaves together and watching it
now
just break down all winter.
Go ahead, stick the thing in there. Look at that.
So,
even because we did use some of this. Look at this all soil, guys, that we made. We did this. This is why it's so important to compost. You know how much soil this is?
You guys were watching Peppa Pig last week, and
oh Lord, not Peppa Pig.
And the grandfather pig was talking about composting. It was hilarious. I'm like,
I love that show. The only thing is these pine cones.
I love these pine cones, but yeah, I mean, from small beginnings come great things, man. Look at this.
Yes, and now we're getting ready to start our next round.
The worms, I mean, buying the worms.
We got a head start because we started this time last year on our first. This is our first compost bin, by the way, guys.
This is number one.
Yeah.
So not too shabby for number one. So in gardening and in life, you have your victories and you have your learning lessons, right? So you learn from your failures and you relish your wins, but you don't get too big-headed about it.
This is success.
This is what success smells like.
All right, let's finish this up.
All right. Yeah, compost. I mean, look at this. This would be. I don't know how much money for those. You know, a one bag about between $20 to $30 worth of soil.
Yeah.
Here.
Let's keep filling it up. 2 big totes like this.
2.
Full of our own soil from our compost bin, as well as our big wheelbarrow. Yeah. Please, guys. Please start your compost. Save money on this soil. I don't care how much the bag is marked down. It's not better than free. And like, it's homegrown nutrients. It came from your area. Like, you know what's in it. It's your food scraps, your wood ash, your cardboard, your egg cartons. It's yours in your environment. Compost. All right, Ugg fam, we are back at the infamous sweet potato bed. Y'all seen the debacle. Y'all seen the animals that attacked, the wire worms, the pill bugs, all that stuff was in here. So just a little bit about the wire worms. The wire worms are the larvae of what's called the click beetle, right? And click beetles all over the United States. There's all different kinds, but here in New York, upstate, our click beetle, because it's cold, it takes 2 to 6 years for that click beetle to complete its life cycle. Yeah, so those wire worms were here before we even got here. We don't know at what stage of their life they're in. They could turn into beetles next year, or 3 years, 4 years, 5 years from now. We don't know. What I do know is that I don't appreciate them eating up my sweet potatoes. So what we're going to do is, I went ahead and got some grub killer. Now, some of y'all may not agree with putting it directly in the garden. It is safe for gardens. That's at least what I read. And it's what I'm going to do because it's my garden. You garden your way, I'm going to garden mine. If you decide to do this as well, just wait and see what happens with my stuff. All right, so what we're gonna do is Grub Killer works in 24 hours, it says, and it has a whole list of pests that it kills. All types of worms, grubs, everything. Because I'm also gonna be using this bed again, guys, like tomorrow. So this is what it looks like. And so this bag here is a 10-pound bag, and it covers up to 5,000 feet. Normally this would be applied in the spring, but since we're already seeing the larvae, you're supposed to apply stuff like this when you see, you know, the grubs and stuff like that.
We saw them already.
Yeah, we saw the larvae.
We saw them.
So I'm just throwing a couple of handfuls in here, y'all, and it kills in the soil and at the surface. And yeah, but that's not the only thing. You're gonna see.
Stay tuned.
And then I have insecticidal soap, concentrated, and I have concentrated neem oil. Okay, and these are full, guys. The only time you've ever seen me use this stuff is in the beginning of the season when I had that infestation. If you're new, go back to the spring 2021 playlist, y'all, and you'll see. But anyway, I'm going to use these as well. Now these are concentrated, so I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of each of these per gallon.
5 gallons each, right? 5 gallons?
Remember I told you guys that I was bringing the Comfrey over here? I filled these up. The Comfrey is still in here. The Comfrey also has pest controlling. Oh, child. I wonder if it's the smell they run from. It also has pest fighting properties. So I have 2 of these. They both have the Comfrey in them. So as well as fertilization, we're also going to get some pest control. So what Jeremy and I are going to do, this is 5 gallons. I ain't got no measuring spoons or nothing like that out here, y'all.
Just wing it.
I'm going to pour some.
Oh, okay, that's like science class.
Yeah, I'm going to pour some of the neem oil in this one.
That was 1 teaspoon.
But it's 5 gallons.
Okay, no, oh, yeah. Sorry, guys.
So it could be less. Neem oil smells so good. The insecticidal soap, I'm going to pour into this one. Jeremy, give me that bamboo stick over there.
Right. Yeah.
And we're just going to stir this in.
So, can I start away?
Yeah, stir it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you feel like a mad scientist?
No,
So we're just
witch.
stirring these in, y'all. And this is in with the Comfrey.
You know, it feels like a witch's cauldron. I'm sorry, to interrupt. You know, like it's cauldron because it's like Halloween time soon, so like making a nice brew for these bugs.
All right, so we're gonna sit this to the side for a sec.
All right.
We'll be back for this in 1 second. Gonna get that lid. And now we're gonna take our wheelbarrow of our homegrown compost, and we're going to amend that. We're just going to put the layer right on top of this bed here. So our wheelbarrow, y'all,
or barrel.
full, or barrel, whatever, full of our organically grown compost in our backyard. So we're going to top dress this bed before we do anything else. Ready?
I'm ready.
We're just pulling out the pine cones, y'all. With the grub killer, you want to get this really saturated and wet so we can start working. So I want to do everything that I need to do to this bed so that tomorrow I can just start dropping my seeds in here. I'm going to try to do this as evenly as possible. All right, guys, so the only other thing that we're going to do is just hose this down, water this in, and we're all set. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Jeremy, you got anything you want to say to the people?
Wheelbarrow.
Oh my goodness. Wheelbarrow. I can't help that I say wheelbarrow and not wheelbarrow. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with us. I hope you learned something. I hope this was informative. Remember to follow me on all forms of social media, guys. That's Facebook, that's Instagram, that's TikTok. The handle is Urban Girl Gardening.
Compost, and also
all around.
Compost.
Yes.
It's important to compost.
Please compost, guys.
Look how much money we save, so just imagine.
And we only use half the compost in that wheelbarrow to amend this bed. Yeah. And we got 2 big totes full of compost that I'm going to use to fill up my green stalk that's still in the box. So now I have soil. I didn't even have to buy none, y'all. I'm just saying, y'all. He always does this. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. Learn with me, grow with me. I love y'all. For real.
Bye. That's at a heart, but it is. Bye, guys.
You tried.